Nintendo is known for their collectibles and putting a whole lot of extra value on their games, but have you guys ever wondered what the most valuable Nintendo items are of all time? Now, we already talked about the rarest consoles. Well, today, welcome to Chaos Gaming, everybody. Let's talk about the games. That's right, the 5 rarest, most expensive Nintendo games of all time. You're actually going to be pretty shocked at a couple of these. Do me a favor. If you've owned any of these, let us know. Drop a like, share with a Nintendo friend, and here we go. Little Samson. This is an action platformer, and it was doing its best to capitalize off the success of games like Mega Man, but for whatever reason, it got little to no promotion in North America, which led to it being one of the biggest flops on the NES in the Western market. But due to it being such a flop over here, that meant North American copies of the game have become collector's items due to how few of them were actually manufactured. In recent years, original cartridges of Little Samson have sold for over $1,000, whereas copies still in the box, they fetch $3,000. The game itself is decent, it has a unique style, but good luck finding a legitimate copy to try it out. At number 4, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, the holographic cartridge version. Now, it was met with great reviews. It was good. It was really good. It took a while, but it did reach the same level of praise as its predecessor, Ocarina of Time. Today, most people remember Majora's Mask as one of the best in the entire series, and for that reason, the limited edition cartridge has become a major collector's item. When Majora's Mask launched, there was a normal N64 cartridge version, but there was also a limited edition holographic cartridge. This one, well, it's going to run you over $1,000 if you're looking to get one in good condition, and complete in the box versions, they go for over $1,500. So what if Nintendo started doing this again with Switch cartridges? For every major exclusive, there were a couple thousand cartridges with a unique design or holographic image on them. How much do you think those would be worth in 20 years? Donkey Kong Country Competition Edition. Does anybody remember Nintendo Power Fest? It was a huge Nintendo tournament held in 1994 and hosted by Nintendo themselves. They brought gamers in from all over the world to compete in various Super Nintendo games like Mario Kart, Mario Brothers, The Lost Levels, and more. Now, one of the games played at the event was a modified version of Donkey Kong Country, which Nintendo threw together themselves and put on special competition edition cartridges. Certain levels were cut, certain gameplay elements were tweaked, stuff like that, so it would work better in a competitive setting. And once Power Fest wrapped up, some of those cartridges actually went home with the players and have since become collector's items. According to various collectors, there's only around 2,500 cartridges in the entire world, and only a handful of them are actually accounted for in 2020. If one of these cartridges ever pops up for sale, you're probably going to be dropping $1,500 to $2,000 on it. At number 2, Nintendo World Championships 1990. Now, one of the earliest official esports events was this. This is where Nintendo traveled the globe and had players compete for a whopping grand prize of $250,000 and tickets to Universal Studios. Give them a break, it was the 90s. Now, Nintendo came to these events very prepared. They would host the game on their own custom tournament-ready cartridges, and it was fun. The custom cartridge had portions of Super Mario, Rad Racer, Tetris preloaded for the contestants to easily go from one game to another. I went to some Nintendo tournaments when I was a kid, and I played on these cartridges. Anyway, after the 1990 tournament ended, some of the tournament cartridges found their way to the wild. Now, it's currently unknown exactly how many there are, but as of September 2020 this year, it's believed there's only around 350, which is crazy. There were some normal gray NES cartridges. At least 90 of them were custom gold, though. These gold ones have sold for up to $15,000 on eBay and are one of the most prized collector items in Nintendo history. And at number 1 today, Nintendo Campus Challenge 1991. Now, back in the early days of esports, Nintendo used to host local events every now and again that would challenge players to go up against each other and do certain challenges. The Nintendo Campus Challenge in 91 had players competing for high scores in certain segments of Super Mario Bros. 3 and Dr. Mario and Pinbot, but the events were played on a custom NES cartridge and everybody took turns using it. That one-of-a-kind cartridge was brought by Nintendo to almost 60 college campuses around the US, and it was rediscovered by a video game collector in 2006 at a random garage sale in New York. It's currently unknown how the cartridge ended up there or what the story was, but the collector took it home, cleaned it up, and sold it on eBay for $20,000. You heard me right. This is a one-of-a-kind tournament NES cartridge from Nintendo themselves that somehow ended up in the hands of a collector who sold it for 20 grand. You find me a video game that sold for more than that, and, well, you get a cookie. There you have it. Those are the rarest Nintendo games of all time. You guys let me know if you've ever owned any of these, ever seen any of these in real life, and I'll see you soon.